Good morning. Happy Friday. I don't want to say happy Friday the 13th. I don't really believe in it being a superstitious or negative day, but there are a lot of memes online talking about how isn't it interesting that we went into our first lockdown on Friday the 13th. Oh my gosh. And today I got a text saying, it was a news article saying that Ontario and Quebec government is looking at entering the same level of lockdown when we come back from Christmas, so that we don't have all these people who've congregated during Christmas spreading it back into the school community. I think that's a smart science-based observation. It unfortunately will invoke a lot of fear in some people. However, my community, you guys have been amazing. We've calmly done what's right and what makes sense using science and medicine, and people are shocked when they hear that we never went back to normal in-person classes. And I said, well, we knew from the beginning that this is a second wave, and no one was afraid in our community. You guys were very calm and intellectually made the decision, all of you, consecutively together. And what's funny is you didn't talk to each other, but you all made the same decision, and I kind of agree that we did the right thing, staying online, accepting calmly that this is the new normal for a little while. Nothing is forever, and not to think that this is going to go on forever, just to embrace this temporary change. So today I thought this reading was really beautiful. It's optimistic. There's so much doomsday around us. Spreading your light. This is from our Daily Om book. How you affect others daily. As the peace and fullness of modern life serve to isolate us from one another, and that's why I picked this, the contact we do share becomes vastly more significant. We unconsciously absorb each other's energy, adopting the temperament of those whom we spend our most close quarters with. And I think there's a saying that says, you represent, or actually say the 4 people you spend the most time with outside of your family are actually a reflection of who you actually are. We're drawn to people, hopefully, that are similar in ideals and love and expression and happiness and health as we are. Adopting the temperament of those who we're close quarters with. And we find ourselves changed after the briefest encounters. Everything we do or say has a potential to affect us, not only the individuals we live, work, and play with, but those we've just met. So think about that. Although we never know the impact we have had on the scope of our influence, accepting and understanding that our attitudes and choices will touch others can help us remember to conduct ourselves with grace at all times. And that word grace comes up in the yoga world a lot. When we seek always to be friendly, helpful, and responsive, we effortlessly create an atmosphere around others that is both uplifting and inspiring. So friendly, helpful, responsive. Most people rarely give thought to the effect they have or will have on others. When we take a few moments to contemplate how our individual modes of being affect the people we spend time with, and that can be online or in person, we become one step closer to seeing ourselves through the eyes of others. By asking ourselves whether we choose those we encounter walk away feeling appreciated, respected, and liked, we can heighten our awareness of our effect we ultimately have. So thinking about those gifts you're kind of giving them just by engaging with them. What kind of gifts do you want to give to people? Something as simple as a smile given freely can temporarily brighten a person's entire world. Our value-driven conduct may inspire others to consider whether their own lives are reflective of their values. A word of advice can help people see everything in an entirely new fashion, and small gestures of kindness can even prove to those embittered by the world that goodness still exists, even if it's online that you're giving this goodness. By simply being ourselves, we influence others in subtle and life-altering ways. To ensure the effect that you have is positive, we must strive to stay true to ourselves. So start being that whole loving yourself, how you treat yourself is the first foremost thing. Thus, we interact with others, how we behave can be as important as who we are. If we project our passion for life, our warmth, and our tolerance in our facial features, voice, and choice of words, body language, all who enter our circle of influence will leave our presence at peace with themselves, and maybe you'll evoke it bring it up out of them. You never know whose life you're affecting in a big or small way. Remember this if you go through the world. I like that. And what do they say about even the people that we are talking with or dating or our friends? They are a mirror of ourselves. and maybe that's why we're attracted to them. So make it a good mirror. Oh my gosh, eagle. I feel like we do eagle a lot, but I love eagle. And it's trust in your higher self. That's a broad statement. I'm just gonna quickly look at it. I won't bore you with all the details. When you live your life, express through your personality easily and fluidly. So I guess it kind of goes back to what we just read. Who you are in essence and how you express it becomes what people take away from you. Follow your spiritual path, know your job is to listen and then heed. This is a very spiritual one. I think it's too vague for you. Courage, universality, whatever. Okay, I don't agree with that one. But the idea that what you are emanating to the world, you want it to be something that's what you're thought of. So I've mentioned this before. Think about on your tombstone, the year you're born, the year you die. That dash in between, what do you want to be known for in that dash? And so this is through how you lead your life and what you're reflecting to others when you spend time with them. Okay, let's come on to the mat. Eagle, we need to take into consideration shoulders, hips, mental flexibility. It's like a duality. We have mental flexibility and stability at the same time. Can we be soft and strong at the same time? And that's what yoga poses often are. Structurally strong, making the shape, but somewhat smooth and fluid so that you can flow with that. When we do tree pose, we have to talk about how there's this strong shape, but you also have to flow a little bit the way trees can bend with the wind. If trees didn't bend with the wind, there'd be a lot of downed trees every time we had a storm. Let's stretch everything out. Oh yeah, have a juicy, delicious stretch. Oh, and engage your glutes to center and then soften everything. Once more, find that intensity so you're reaching outwards and inwards. So I'm clenching my bum and reaching out at the same time. Adding in a big breath, there's that prana or energy, and then release. And once more, gathering everything to center, engage, 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 and release. Just pause, noticing that sensation of a release. Let's bend one foot to the mat and the other, bring your knees into your chest, rocking side to side, massage the back, little boat. And then taking both knees to the floor on the left, double leg spinal twist. Right arm opens out to a T, palm turned up. Close your eyes. Settle for a moment in simple shape, spinal twist. Think about you're opening the right side of your rib cage, your heart. And then back to center, little boat. We'll take our knees to the right. Double leg spinal twist. Oh yeah. Back to center and little boat or egg beaters, starting the awakening of our hips early on. Drawing right leg in, left foot in the air, flex. Pressing lower back down to the floor as you slowly lower the weight of that heel. Drawing the right thigh in. Left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. Oh yeah, that feels delicious today. Back to center. Little boat, other side. Left leg in, right leg extends. Draw that left thigh in while pointing the right toes away. Notice that beautiful stretch of the right hip. Right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist, gluing down that left shoulder so we feel this really nice diagonal stretch down the kind of the meat of your left rib cage. Back to center, little boat or circles. So I had an idea. Slide the legs straight. We're just going to really quickly do eagle arms lying down. I want you to see if this is easier or harder than when you're standing. Dr. Scrub arms, right into left, intertwine. Oh, for me, this is harder because our body can't cheat weird little jutting out of the hip or an imbalance in the shoulders. can't cheat when the floor is holding you up. And then switch, stretch, shake it out. Left over right, bind. Oh, yeah, this is much harder. And release. Let's try our legs. Knees to chest, right over left. Oh, can you bind your right foot under your left calf? And you come to heart center. That is much harder for me on the floor. And then switch. Knees to chest, left over right, either cross or bind, tucking that left foot behind the right calf. And pose here. Shake it out. Okay, wide leg, knees to chest. Wide leg, double leg when we're leaving pose. Hands on your knees. Pull the knees wide. Pause here. Option to walk your hands down the knees. Pull them in. Choosing to stay here in this beautiful floor supported squat or coming into the setup for happy baby. I was thinking about it. I think you see me in black tights every day. I actually have 15 pairs. The cotton ones from Costco are my favorite. They're the most natural, the closest I can get to traditional Indian cotton flowy yoga clothes, and you always get 2 in a pack. Some of them I've had probably for over 10 years. And then I'm going to come into possibly full happy baby. I stopped wearing a lot of traditional yoga, not traditional, American yoga pants, the tie polyester ones. I don't love that on my skin, especially if you sweat. You're going to rock side to side. It also, some of them become hair magnets if you have pets. And then back to center, soles of the feet touch. Pause here, nice deep stretch of the hips. Releasing your feet to the floor. Arms in cactus, recline goddess. Take a big breath. Imagine you're in the forest lying on soft, warm, maple-scented leaves. And then close your legs, little boat or circles. Let's take our feet in the air. We're going to point and flex. Nice stretch of the back of the front lines of the body. Fan out each toe to the ceiling. Imagine that you're waving to somebody. Maybe think of someone you love up in heaven and you're waving at them, smiling. Almost like how a baby would play with its feet in a crib. Let your legs fall wide. Smile. Let gravity stretch the inner thighs. Close our legs. Let's take our feet to the mat. We're going to do thread the needle before we rise to finish our practice. So feet are fist width apart. Right foot flexes onto left knee and press that right knee away. Maybe massage the right hip. Drawing that left thigh towards you, we're going to do thread the needle. You have a choice. You can stay here, no hands. You can bind behind the thigh or use a strap. You might press the right knee away as you draw the left thigh close. And some people like to straighten that left leg. So everyone's going to be different. And then crossing right leg over left. Let's actually come into those eagle arms again. Sorry, cactus arms, eagle legs. And I'm going to twist to the left just a little on my hip and all the way to the floor. Back to center, and then twist to the right, back to center, shake it out. Other side, left foot flexes onto right knee, press that left knee open, your choice. Maybe you're staying here, maybe you're binding behind that right thigh. Lifting your chin slightly to the ceiling, big breath in through the nose. And shake it out. Nice. Rolling into a ball. This resting piece, side fetal position, is just as important. And then pressing yourself upright. Coming into whichever form of child's pose benefits you. Oh, press that earth away. Heart towards your thighs, forehead possibly down. And then coming up the table, we'll do a quick cat-cow, traditional cat-cow. So, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, looking up. And we'll do a couple of cat-cows just to enjoy the spinal flexion and extension. And back to neutral. I would like you to do a bird dog, so you're going to see where this is going. We're going to keep right hand, left knee down, step back right toe, left arm reaches, lifting that right foot up, flex. My toes are pointing down, and I don't want that heel or Achilles of the right foot any higher than my leg or my hip. Engage your core, lengthen. And I think of a bird dog when it's just found, unfortunately, what the hunter has found, or you're an arrow. Undo, extended child's pose. Back to tabletop. Let's do the other side. Left hand, right knee, stay down. Step back, left toe. Right arm reach. Lengthen. Engage. Lengthen. Undo. Extended child's pose. Okay, we're going to take that a little further. And if you've been in class, know the next step is to do same. So this takes mental, physical balance, both. Tabletop, let's take right hand, right knee, keeping them on the floor. Step back, left foot. Maybe shift the right arm over just a little, not right under the shoulders, so you've kind of offset it to the outer edge of your mat. Left arm, I'm either coming with my finger pads, I might bring up the left foot. Some of you may stay here. Some may come into a T. Some may come in front. Or my favorite, T, and then open and stack the hips. Nice. Some of you might bind. This is to continue opening up the hip and the shoulder for eagle. Undo, extended child's pose. Back to tabletop, other side. Left hand, left knee, stay down. Right foot step back, shifting weight to your left hand. You might lift only the leg. You might bring it out front. You might take it to a T. You might open and stack. Or you might bind. Undo, extended child's pose. And tuck your toes. Let's walk up to the front of our mat. Forward fold. Bend at the waist. Let your head go. Arms to the side. Rise. Reach up. Exhale, fold. Swan dive. Half back. Fold. Plant. Lower down. Sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Pedaling that dog. How do those Achilles, heels, the calves, how do they feel? Right foot forward, left foot back, high or low lunge. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Keep it going, nice flow. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, lower. Sleeping cobra. Picking up your head, baby cobra. Or make it a little higher to up dog. Down dog. Left foot forward, right foot back. Find your stability and rise. Hands release. Feet together. Fold. Rise. Heart center. One more on each side. We want to warm up all the joints of the body. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant. Maybe I'll do a chaturanga, my slow, lazy version. One breath, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra, or take it a little higher into up dog. Down dog. Right foot forward, left foot back, high or low lunge. Find stability. Hands release. Feet together, fold, rise, heart center. One last side, we can do this. Inhaling up, exhale, fold. half back, fold, plant, lower. One breath, sleeping cobra. Push the floor away, elbows hug in, tops of the feet press down. Inhale. And as you exhale, lifting up, coming into your choice of back bend, so baby cobra or up dog, press into down dog. Left foot forward, right foot back. Rise. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Wow, nice work. Hopefully you're a little warm. So I wanted to come back to the pose that we just did on the floor. We did a variation of bird dog and half moon kind of together. Let's do a standing half moon, using it this time, the balance piece and the opening of the hips piece. So we're going to use those same tools in our eagle pose. So you might want a block. I'm going to take a block on my right side of my mat, about 1 or 2 feet ahead of my right foot. I'm going to shift my weight forward and maybe bring that hand down to the block. This is a little wobbly, so 2 things. I could lower the block or I could stack 2 blocks like this. I'm going to do medium. Shifting the weight forward. Think about shoulder over wrist. It's like almost half of a standing tabletop. Hip over the ankle. Shift, shift, shift. I want to open that hip, or I can keep the toe down. Your hip mobility is probably going to determine what this final pose looks like for you. Normally we would spend a lot more time dissecting this pose and doing it slowly, but I just want to come to the end not as mindfully as we normally would. So coming into, maybe I look down, maybe I roll the shoulder back. Woohoo! That's tight. It's on my ankle. Maybe I bring my arm in the sky. Maybe you take your hand to your hip, or maybe you bind. Everyone's gonna have a different variation. And can you hold it for 2 breaths? I couldn't. And come on out. Take a little squat in between. Let's do the other side. I'm moving this block so I can see you better. Okay, I'm going to take that block just ahead of my left foot. Left foot is about 1 foot length at least behind. Left palm to left block. Shifting that weight forward. As soon as I shifted, I could feel my left glute turn on. And I may stay here. This could be my moon, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. I might roll the shoulder back. I might start to stack this hip and shoulder. Looking across the room. There's the balance piece. I can feel my ankle tightness, wanting to twist and torque. Left arm in the sky. Flex that foot in that hand. Hasta Bandha, Pada Bandha. Option to take the arm across your ear, palm down. Option to take it behind you. Option to bind. So all of these are variations. Have a big smile. This is good fun with your body. Undo. Squat. Nice work. Okay, let's come into standing. Get your strap. We're going to do a couple things with our shoulders. The shoulder mobility, I don't know, I kind of should do a poll. What do you find harder when you're doing eagle? The shoulder mobility or the hip mobility? Or the balance? The nice thing is it's all 3. I'm going to take my strap in front of me, zombie arms. You do this every so often. Pulling that strap as tight as you can, tear the strap. And I want you to close your eyes and notice which muscles are involved in that action. I'm feeling it down is in my obliques, side body, pull, stay, and relax. Move your hands a little wider, tear the strap. Big breath in, engage the upper core and lower abdomen and release. One more time, engage, pull, tear. Can you go a little higher? Maybe give your hands some more space. Very nice. Oh, pause. Oh my. Option to go all over. Not everyone's gonna do this. Everyone's pecs and shoulders are different. We're gonna do it 2 more times. Arms to zombie, tear the strap, close your eyes, rise. Possibly over, and release. And 1 more. Zombie arms, tear, rise. Nice work. Oh! And release. And just for fun, let's do the other variation, which is instead of going over, we're gonna take the arms behind us. I'll show you sideways. Hold the strap. I'm keeping them a little bit wider than my shoulder width. Engage the core, head is stacked, and lift. Option to bend your knees and use gravity to help this. Oh, yeah, what a beautiful stretch down my spine, my arm, and come back up. Let's do 2 more. Tear the strap, engage the core, head is stacked, not jutting the head or the belly out. Option to bend the knees and fold. And once more. Standing straight, tear the strap. Option to bend your knees and fold. And come on up. Okay. Now we're going to dissect our actual pose. Karate chop arms or doctor scrub arms. Right into left bind. And remember, if the bind is not happening, an alternative is to straighten this left arm, right arm in the crook, bend, and staring forward, face and body or forward, gently pull that right arm across towards the left. So I'm getting a nice stretch behind the shoulder blade. Palms are open and flexed. Oh yeah, so there's that variation, or binding, or back to back, as long as we're not bending the wrist. Option to lift these arms up and down like an elevator. And then release, shake it out. We want to do the other side. Zombie arms. Scrub hands. Left into right, bind. Or right arm straight, left arm in the crook, pull it up. Folding that right arm at the elbow and pull that arm across the body. Oh yeah. Some of us instinctively do this stretch, especially at our desk. Whatever variation you've chosen, breathe. Maybe 3 breath rounds here. And release. Okay, let's take, you're gonna keep, this next piece is balance. I'm not gonna do the full hip piece, but we will be adding it into eagle. So left foot is my standing leg, right leg steps over. Keeping really strong in that left leg. Hands to heart center. Thumbs into sternum, Anjali Mudra, eyes are closed. Can you stay stable, even though I've taken you off center, off kilter? 3 breaths. Inhale 1. And notice the fluid movement, just like the tree in the wind. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale and release. Other side. Right foot's my strong standing leg. Left foot over. Find stability. Woohoo! Hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Eyes are closed. Pressurizing palms into each other. Open that front chest. Head is stacked. Oh, and is one side harder than the other? Close your eyes, 3 breath rounds. Inhale 2. Exhale, and inhale 3. Exhale, release. Let's put it all together. Scrub arms. Right into left, bind. Shift my weight to my left leg, right over left. So we put both right limbs over the left. Pausing here, or sit down. Legs crossed, or some of you are binding. Now stare at something that's not moving. We'll do 3 breath rounds here. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Woo. Exhale. And inhale 3. Exhale. Shake it out. Option to do a half squat or a full squat in between. Got one more side to do. Let's do it. Coming up to standing. Scrub arms, left into right, bind. And I would actually encourage you to do these poses for 5 breath rounds when the show is over. Right foot is landing. Option to just cross left toe over and touch, or sit, or bind. Oh, I'm so tight today. You know why we didn't do the strap? Okay, 3 breath rounds, staring at something that's not moving. Inhale 1. Exhale, root that right foot down, feel your glutes turn on. Inhale 2. Exhale, and inhale 3. Exhale, shake it out. Woo! Okay, quickie squat. Nice work. So I kind of went a little faster on that than we probably should have. You have the possibility of stopping our class, stretching your hips with a strap, and coming back and revisiting the pose. So I want you to continue to think about it as your practice. You're going to add adaptations. I would like to say that Fern is actually the most adept at doing that in our practice. Since the very beginning, Fern has been very good at telling me that she's added length to different things that we're doing, or repetitions, so I'm really proud of her. And you guys, if you've been able to take, clear out the debris. If you've been able to take what we're doing and adapt it to what your needs are in that day. Clear out the debris. I feel like we did this earlier, but engage in psychic cleansing. How much debris do you carry in your energy? Debris is generated by irritation, stress, unfinished business, mental and emotional toxins. It's distracting and disempowering to the healing process. Your goal is to release unnecessary thoughts and emotions. Interesting. I remember I went to this guy's training and he said, every time you retell a story, negative story, whether it's gossip or complaining, you are re-cementing and actually recreating that story. So instead of it energetically going away, being done, and you moving on, unfortunately it's recreating it in your head, but energetically in the world, it's still happening. Something I need to work on is not recreating that story and not retelling it. When it's done, move on. Can we shift our brain? I suppose you can do this habit, you can break this habit of negative thinking. Can you shift your brain when you go to retell a negative story or share some gossip? Can you shift it to something positive? And it could be some cheesy, sweet story you saw on social media. It could be something beautiful you saw outside or a neighbor you ran into. That's your homework. So if it helps you to write a list of some of these things it was talking about, energetic wrongdoings, things you're upset about, things that feel unfinished, especially when it comes to family and friends, write it down and either choose to face it. Maybe it means writing a letter that you don't send. Maybe it means picking up the phone, or maybe it means letting it go and moving on. It doesn't have to be finished. They might not even be thinking about it. Thank you so much for your effort. Have a beautiful weekend. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.